Everybody. Last two sessions we didn't have. Yeah, right? Last two sessions, yeah. So, as you know, that mostly I do regression therapies. Yeah. And family constellations are my interest. But of course, I do have some few other stuff in my basket, which I keep using it. So I can bifurcate each as like a process, therapy process, and a healing sessions. Let's say that way. Therapy, process, and healing, two separate things. Okay. So now these two are very clear. Why I'm trying to say, tell all this is, I'm sure a lot of people are confused whether I should have healing, whether I should have regression therapy. What is it? Like too many things. Even therapists, they're confused, right? Now, usually healing is all about working purely with energy. Now, healing usually will be mostly the ability of the healer. If a person who can understand the energy very well, that person can transform the energy very well. It can be learnt by practice, but it also comes from the way the person is. Of course, it can be understood by practice also. Okay. Now, the therapy is a set of process which can be learned theoretically, practically, and anybody can become fantastic therapists. But everybody cannot become healers. You got the understanding, right? That is the difference. Now, what happens is in a clinical setup, even you may call as a therapist, sometimes you fail. Why do you fail? Because of the type of the clients. Some people are so energy oriented that you can't really do any therapy for them. So, what does that mean? Usually, therapy requires some amount of imagination, some amount of feeling in the body, some amount of understanding the emotions. All of those are required. And a large amount of knowing what is real and what is not real. What does this mean? If there is a schizophrenic person, you can't do therapy for them. Regression therapy, especially, you cannot do for them because they don't know what is real, they don't know what is imaginary. For a client, it's extremely important to know what is imaginary things which they're seeing, like past life. Now, you may argue with me, I may argue with you rather, that it's all true, it's right, we don't have any proof. Correct? So it's more of, I don't care whether it's the truth or not, as long as my problem solves. That's how we go with. But we need the client to feel, visualize, and tell us, and feel the emotions too. So why it is possible? Because they know what is real, what is not real. They know what is my reality, and they know what is the past life. It's very clear. If they do not know the reality, you don't know what to bring back to reality. So, for example, a schizophrenic person sees, a high schizophrenic person sees that there is somebody who is repeatedly telling them, do this, do that. And they become the victim of that. Okay? Now, that's as good as having a past life, which is not there, but which is doing everything for you. But my ability or my strength would be the very fact that they know it is a past life. Then we can tell them that this is over, this happened in the past life, it is no more happening in the current life, then everything stops. Because understanding that the current life, I am different, I don't have to undergo with the same kind of problem, then mind seems to change it. And whatever mind believes is what is you're going to see. That you all very clear, I suppose. Okay. So that is the thing about uh, you can't do for schizophrenic people. Now the next question would be, can a healer work with the schizophrenic people? Yes, they can work. You can do a lot of things as a healer for the schizophrenic people, but therapists cannot do. So there are positive things and the negative things. Um, since the positive, the regression involves the client involvement a lot. It is the therapist who are just guiding them, and the client is the one who's doing everything. It is very powerful. It makes the client feel that they are in charge and they're able to transform themselves. However, a healer sits somewhere else and they will do something else. There is no clarity as to how that changed. Okay? So, so a healer can do to a person, and the person will start seeing the changes, but it won't be too evident. The person may think that I changed it, things changed. But it's okay, let them think whatever they want. What I'm trying to say is it's not very evident. And so the client may not feel so taking back the power, and they may receive it, they may not receive it. They may not agree to the healing the healer does. So many complications are there when it comes to that also. So it is a win-win situation. What you should do is you should learn both. Okay? Based on the client, you start using it. Now, why am I telling all of this? Because I had a client 2 days back. No matter what I do, she wouldn't respond to the therapy as such, regression. And so I had to adapt her body and do the transformation then and there. And it was beautiful. Body tells so much of story, Body has everything which has been stored, even all past lives. Everything is stored. Basically, she came with the back pain and she's gone to the doctors and everybody, and it's purely psychosomatic. There is absolutely no problem. And it's there since 16 or so, and it's not going, and she wanted to try. She just wanted to try, that's all. She goes for yoga, she does a lot of things. She just wanted to try. And so she doesn't respond to anything. She can't see, she can't feel, she can't. But then I realized that she can feel the pain, right? That's enough. So I started working on her body. Literally, I was pressing her body. And every place I press, something else comes up in her mind. And we transform that. Okay, so it was so brilliant. And then that's what I want all of you to try with your own self. Of course, you're not going to press your back. It's not possible. Or you're not going to do anything about your pain. But then everything what we want is within us. You believe all of it? All of you will believe that? Yeah. Now, then why aren't we not using all of this? That's because I have beliefs, and those beliefs are very limiting. And that is why I am just carrying out that kind of a life for me. Correct? Though I have a lot of power, I'm not using that because I don't know about that power. Agree? Now, pain will actually bring attention to you. It's like, okay, come on, now this is too much. Do it, kind of a thing. That's why we run to the doctors, right? When there is pain. Why can't we just stay back saying that it's okay? That also we do. For a long time, we'll postpone and we'll put some oil and everything and we'll think, then finally we go to the doctor. Or we do something else, not necessarily doctor, but something else. So today, I want all of us to try accessing that power within us, okay? And transform something which either we don't have or we want or which we are suffering with, something of that. Now, will it transform in one session you do it? It may not, depending on the intensity of your issue. Correct? So at least take this entire week, spend, and another thing, anything related to healing energy, it happens in a split second actually. It's very fast. It's not like one process, you go step by step, you tell them, and then, take 2 hours of time. Healing is always faster, or rather, energy work is always faster. Now, is regression also energy work? Yes, it is, because everything which is not right now have the body is energy body. Okay? So specifically the transformative, I don't know what you should call this, whatever you want to call, or rather, I want to find out some name for it, but that's different. Let's try it out. And I want you to figure out how it shows up in your day-to-day life. Meaning, we transform now, here in the session. Okay. Does this change? No, it may not change immediately. But it needs to gather mass, denseness for it to become the reality. Did you understand this one sentence which I said? Now you are a soul, you became very dense with emotions and a lot of mass you gathered, and you became a baby. Okay? Otherwise, you are a concept called soul. So everything, let's sit the table which I'm sitting, somebody got the idea. They got, somebody, they found a customer. Of course, it's me. And then probably this carpenter gathered everything and made it happen to me. So it was a concept, gathered a lot of mass, energy, my money also, which is energy, and it became the reality. It didn't happen overnight, no, the moment I thought. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. When you transform, it doesn't happen overnight. That is why you do one healing session, one therapy session. Don't expect it to happen overnight. But you will move in the direction, gathering the mass, denseness, and when it reaches that point, it becomes your reality. Okay. So what is that which can gather the mass and denseness? Your urge, your need, your desire for it. Burning desire is what we say, right? It should be that. Or it is such a bad pain that you want it. So any of these intense emotions are the one which will gather the denseness in the mass. You got all the concept clear, right? So what is important? Step by step. You need to identify something which is happening in your life. Like it's an intent. It's not even intent. It's like, I have this illness. I want that. I want this much of money. Meaning all that you don't have right now. But it should be so much you want it. It's not that if you're like, okay, let me try it. Let me have some fun. Let me write this and see. No, it won't work that way. First of all, it should be so much you want it. Okay, so that means you don't have it right now. So need, wants, desire are the level. Okay, so if it's at the need level, it's mostly possible. Okay, so first all of you write down. something which you don't have and you want it. Okay. Now, don't start thinking that, oh, I've been trying it since 20 years, it just doesn't happen. It may materialize it differently for you. Maybe it's not the way it should be. So, like a joke, you want this kind of a man, you never got it, but you got a neighbor. Okay. So fine, I'm not suggesting anybody about this. I'm not responsible for it, even if you do it with your own interest. Star condition apply, whatever I say. Okay. So it is like that. Whatever you probably thought, you got it differently. Okay. It's about emotions in the end. Okay. So now, if you're talking about emotions, what is this mass, denseness, which I said? That is nothing but your physical reality. Okay. Crying is also physical reality, but it's just that at the emotional level. So something in the thought is not the physical reality yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So you wrote it, whatever you want, one sentence, and look at it and think that, oh my gosh, I wanted it so badly, but I've never had it. It's like that. Okay. Now, after that, you write. Then what is it exactly you want? It need not have to be exactly connected to the first sentence you wrote, which is you don't have. Something which you really want. Of course, it better be connected from one to another, at least for the experiment. Write it down. What is that you really want? Because I'll tell you something. If you don't know what you want, you can never get what you want. Our first problem starts there. We don't know exactly what we want. Either we are influenced by the people or we just hallucinate what we want. And in reality, we don't care for it. So, something which you really want. And right now, you may feel that it's impossible. It's impossible to get that because I know it. I've been in this life for so long, and then I know it's impossible. You may be telling yourself like that. There's nothing wrong in trying it out and see how it shows up. Okay. So you wrote it, right? One which you don't have, which is your current reality, which you want. Okay. Now I'm going to instruct something for you just to, first of all, to understand these two. That is not the whole process. Okay. You're all ready? All of you close your eyes. Okay. So we go with Silva technique, which is the most easiest and fastest. Imagine number three times in your mind. Three, three, and three. So from the top of your head, scan your body, head, chest, abdomen, legs, feet. And from the feet, again scan upwards. Feet, legs, abdomen, chest, head. Now relax. Take a deep breath and relax your body. Now, in your mind, imagine number three times. Two, two, two. Now imagine a beautiful place where you feel really relaxed in your mind, where you don't have to think anything. And probably you can just sit and laze around. No distractions, no nothing. And it's a beautiful spot. And your mind just relaxes. And you become a little lazy. And then it's, wow, it's good. Now, number three, you will remember three times. Imagine three times number one. One, one, one. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and I want you to slowly go deeper and deeper in your mind. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, with this completely relaxed, deeper mind, the first thing which you have written, that you don't have something you lack in your life, I want you to imagine that. Give it a picture or give it a feeling. Sense that in your body, or maybe hear those words. Make it very real for you. Okay, now what you have written that you want, which you want something to get transformed to. Now imagine that when this changes, when this, whatever you don't have, gets transformed and become what you want, how does that look? Again, imagine, visualize it, feel that in your body, hear the words, if possible, even smell it. Get that picture very clearly in your mind. This is what you want. Now, go back to the original picture. What you don't have, go back to that original picture. Keep that in your mind. And this time, I want you to ask yourself a question. How does the best version of you, the most powerful personality of yours, feel for you? It might look like a figure, image, or you may feel that in your body, the best and the powerful self of yours. You may hear some sounds which are very vibrational for you, or it come like a knowing. If it is a knowing, find out which part of your body resonates with this knowing. Just scan from head to toe, and you know that this powerful part is resonating with that part of the body. Or you will have an image in front of you. It might look different than you, but believe that that's your power. If it's an image in front of you, I want you to hug that personality. And when you hug it, some part of your body responds to that. We say it anchored. One part of your body anchors this powerful personality of yours who has the ability to transform. Now, look at that image which you wrote it, which you thought, which you don't have, something which you don't have. From this body part of yours where the powerful personality is anchored, get a beam outside and put that beam of light, powerful light, on that image and observe how that image slowly transforms into what you want. As you put the beam of light, observe how the original picture, what you made, transforms to what you want. Observe if there is any resistance or anything. You put the beam of light on that also. Sometimes we get a message Sometimes we get a understanding, knowledge, awareness. Sometimes some emotions like sadness can come up. Just observe, make a mental note of it, but continue to put the beam of light so that the original picture transforms to what you want. Now, let all the pictures vanish. You come back to your own senses, move your fingers, wriggle your feet, turn your face, tell your name 3 times, and slowly open your eyes. And then, whatever happened to you, sometimes we are so worked up that we won't be able to focus. That is also a big resistance. So just jot down what happened to you. That's all. Maybe when it transformed, you saw some other picture. You will see what you planned earlier. My suggestion is every day when you're daydreaming, do this because it just takes 3 minutes time. And every day make a observation that how you are going closer to that or how it's showing up for you. If you have the deep desire that you want it, you will for sure get it. It's only a matter of time how fast you will dissolve the resistance, how fast you will accept whatever you want it in that form, that faster it will come to you. Okay? Now, anybody wants to share their experience? Even if it didn't happen, please share.
So can I?
Yes, Malini.
So when you asked to the question about what to look at your higher self, I felt a tightening in the abdominal area and felt very much like crying actually.
And felt what?
Crying.
Okay.
So I didn't
So you
actually
thought
see
that, oh
anyone.
my gosh, my higher self should be nice, but it's I'm finding tightness, didn't you?
Yes, no, I didn't think like that. I was like wondering why it's happening, the tightness around the abdominal area, why it was.
See,
So
when you're doing a energy work, everything is very metaphorical. So it could be some resistance because it's supposed to happen smoothly.
okay.
You're not manifesting it everything right now in front of you, right? It should take some time, but the process should be easy unless you have a resistance. So what you do is immediately put that light on that area and dissolve it because everything is metaphorical here.
Okay. So the beam that I have to visualize dissolve the
Yes,
resistance.
you need a resource, energy resource, and you are the best person for that. We all have one lifetime, many lifetimes actually, where we have been extremely powerful. We can just use that. It's like remembering it. And when you do that, that same power you can use it, or you can use the higher self power. Now, when we do not remember, when we do not realize that we are powerful, we take an external source, like how we do it in Reiki, take the external sources. That is when we think that we are not able to get our own power out, but we all can. The more you practice it, trust me, I'm practicing it. Probably it's been 6 months now. I know how it's transforming.
Okay.
Practice it every day. Trust the process and practice it. And it'll start changing. It may not be, as I said, every time you do it like a proper this thing, it will change. No. It has its own rule, which we don't know exactly why, Sometimes it doesn't happen, sometimes it happens. But there is nothing wrong in trying it out and getting as much as you could.
Will
Okay?
do. Will do. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anything else? Wonderful. So you're all going to try this for the next. Navina, you have any question?
No, I said, well, while you started the process, scanning and all, till then I was very much, and I started with that I have a pain in my left hip side for quite a long time now. So I thought I want to resolve that. That was the thought, that was my goal. And then when I started scanning, I was feeling like sensations in my foot in other areas, like something there. And then I don't know, in the middle entirely I dozed off. Of course I was worked up, as you said, and probably there was resistance, I would believe that, because when you said in the end that now you did, I did come back. It was not that I dozed off entirely, so it was
So
in
you
the
had
middle
a
portion.
good,
I was not
you had a good
nap,
relaxation time.
right?
That's
And
the
then I came
advantage.
back.
If nothing, at least you get relaxed.
Right. And it was like, but I came back when you said, that now, shift. And I mean, when you said come back, then I came back, but it was in that time I was not there. So I need to
Okay.
again hear the video, and
Yeah, you
when
please
you,
do that. Please do that.
right,
And when you're doing a relaxation or when someone else is healing you, this is very good.
right,
Because you go to that subconscious
right,
level deep down and you allow yourself for the healing to happen, well and good. But if you are doing it for yourself, you have to have aims and some amount of awareness where you can transform. Okay?
yeah, yeah, of course, yes. And I was
Okay?
worked up for sure. Yes, today was a
Yeah,
hectic
so
day for
it's
me. So
definitely
yes,
all right. Don't worry at all. Again, do the
right,
process. And another
yeah,
interesting things would be is what do you want? You would have thought about it earlier, right? But
right,
when you transform, when you put those energy and seeing it getting transformed, you may see it something different. You have to understand that is in the best of your interest. That's what it is.
right. And
Okay?
of course, Isha, one question here, that although I had the intention here what I want to heal in the, like, the thought part, but when I started scanning, I could feel probably it was energies are different. It was shifting or something. Like, why I did feel
It
something
could
like,
be. It could be. I don't know.
yeah, because
Yeah,
something in the
my
foot.
question would be, was that nice feeling or it was not nice to you? It was
No, it
not
was
nice, then like how I told Malini, put the light there
okay.
also.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Whenever
Yeah.
there is a shifting pain, shifting sensations, it's the air element which is active or air element which is inactive. So you can mix these five
Okay.
elements also. Remember, when you put the five elements dense, that's when the reality comes into picture.
Okay.
See, this whole area of energy is beautiful, vast, and that's where I said a healer is not learned. Healer has that ability, and by learning, you can make it little finer.
Yeah.
And this entire universe is made out of so many energies, abundant energy that you can use it. Panchabhuta is one of that, like five elements.
Right.
And our body responds to all of that because we are made out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
healer is basically by birth, right? And basically the qualities are like by birth. And I suppose
everybody
everyone is
has
like,
that. For whatever
right,
reason, some person may not bring it out, some persons will bring it out. Now, all
right,
I'm trying to say is the more you start using it, the more it starts becoming more for you.
more. Good, good. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Isha. Yeah.
Okay. Parveen.
Yes. See, all what we want was in a dense condition.
Uh-huh.
This is all right, but I just want to clarify.
See that then it should become, it
Dense
should
is that
gather mass. Then
bringing all the
it'll become
resistances
reality for you.
that combines all the resistances, belief, limited beliefs, and everything.
Say it again one more time, Parveen.
All that is the belief system, our resistances, and all what is not working for it. All what we have the blocks on the way. That is all dense thing, na?
You know what? I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to concentrate so much, but still somehow I can't hear you.
I'll do it a bit.
So now you
That,
tell me.
see what all what we want
Ah,
and not getting is that is basically lying in a dense form.
no, that is still in the air.
That is still in the air.
Ha.
What
When
is
when
dense?
see, why can't you see air? Because air molecules are very far away.
And dense is our resistance,
That,
resistance and the
no,
block there.
no, I'll tell you something.
What
When the
is
molecules are away, you can't
yeah,
see it.
yeah,
When the molecules come closer, it becomes dense.
dense.
Molecules will become dense, and it becomes mass, and you'll be able to see. For example, water and ice cube. Okay.
Yeah,
So your thoughts are very in the air.
yeah.
Their molecules are very far. They are in the thought level,
Okay.
idea level.
And when
Now we have to we have to make it more denser. That is, you
feel
have to
and
put sensation, you have to
sensation,
put
feeling,
emotions, you have to feel it in the body.
yeah, understood.
Okay. Now, sometimes it's very difficult for us to make that denseness.
Dense.
I will be disconnected with my vision. I will be believing that it's not possible. It won't happen. Okay. So when I believe that, it's very difficult to make it dense. It's very difficult to believe that it can happen.
Yeah.
So my resistances are all what? To make it dense is my belief, whatever I have, that it can never happen, or I am old. How is this possible? Or
Yeah.
I have tried it for 20
It's
years,
exactly
nothing.
this word was exactly in my mind that I am
That's
old, because I'm
yeah,
17 at present. Huh? So,
yeah. So what
anyhow,
I'm
that I've done it. Then with the help of that fire energy, we
huh,
disintegrate
huh.
that denseness. This is
So you are going to dilute all your beliefs that I am 70 years old, etc. Just put the fire or some energy on it.
energy. But fire is the
Okay.
best of to burn it out immediately. Fire energy
Not necessarily, don't look at us burning in our
is
mind is burning the bad thing types. It's not like that.
it disintegrates immediately. Na?
What you have to do
Washing
is
also does it. Rain also does it. Wash it.
anything, all of that you can
This,
use
but
it.
disintegration that does the washing, but disintegration is what I feel is more than the fire immediately.
Okay. So that's cleansing basically. Okay.
Let you
What you can do is your original idea, thought, you disintegrate it,
yes, I
but
did it.
integrate the new idea.
Integrated
So
the new.
you should be able to see it. Sometimes you can't see it. Why? Because I have my beliefs, I have something coming in between, not allowing me to visualize what I want.
Yeah, I can
Like
see the
Malini
difference.
got stomach ache, right? So that is an unknowing resistance. So you just put your fire there also. Put all that energy, disintegrate all of those resistance. Then you will naturally allow this to happen in a matter of time.
I'm able to understand the things. I'll try.
Okay.
I'll get a good result.
Try. Please try, and all of you tell me how much you're able to do. Okay, wonderful. Now let me just see. How about narcissists? Pala has written when we are talking about Pala is there?
Yeah.
Pala, where is Pala? Pala is there. So when we were talking about schizophrenic, right? Now I'll tell you about narcissistic people. Narcissists will never come for therapy because they don't think that there is anything wrong. The victims of the narcissist will come. And there's only one way to handle the narcissist. That is, victim should get out from the situation, or what narcissists want, they need to keep on feeding little bit. Narcissists want them to be, they want to feel that everybody is appreciating, I'm the greatest, holier than thou, all of that they want to feel. So if you're giving them that feeling, they will give you everything. Now, is it manipulation? It is not exactly manipulation. You first do that, make yourself feel better, and then please work on your shadow self. Why am I seeing this narcissist in my lifetime? Psychology says that it cannot be possible. Please get out of the relationship. But I say that you can work on it. I have worked on quite a few people, at least 3 of them, which I know. And it's been more than 7 years. They're still living with those people, and in a harmony, they're living with whatever problems still existing, but they're able to concentrate on their life and then move. They could move ahead. So it is possible, but it takes some time and it requires a lot of work. Okay.
Thank
Jana,
you.
you are in the beginning telling about a lady or whom you pressed, and when you pressed the thing, she responded to the feelings, or how she responded? She responded to the feeling and said
The
something.
feeling is, ouch. Yeah, here it's paining. Oh, the pain is here. This is how it started. Then I was just telling her that close your eyes and tell me what do you see in your eyes. So the first thing she said is, oh my gosh, I have a snake in front of me. It was all metaphorical for her. I can't get a story like, okay, where are you seeing the snake? Are you a snake woman in your past life? Nothing works. My concentration is how do I transform that snake? And I use some few other techniques, radical, so many other things I use. But then that's the whole idea. And it jumps into another. It becomes a dark fish, it becomes an alligator, it becomes that, this, and it keeps running behind her. And then it's like, it becomes a very pink, beautiful snake, but still it is snake. So it's like that. Until her resistance is there and which is stored in her back, it doesn't transform. At the end of it, she went back with a very terrible pain, actually. But then a lot of things changed in her life overnight. Okay? So if you're expecting that next day itself her entire backache has gone, my intention was not to actually heal her back pain. Her yoga, her oil, her physiotherapist will heal that. I just need to go back to the root cause.
And the resistance.
And then just transform it so that her life transforms. And as a side effect or a byproduct, her backache will go away. So we need to concentrate on when you're healing or doing therapy, what is it you're trying to do? And understand some few things. Body takes 3 months at least to heal. You can't do it overnight. Sometimes it does overnight. Then you'll be called as a great therapist. That's wonderful too. Okay, so we are done for today and it's 5:48 and we achieved. Take care. Bye. And I'll put up the recording and try to please do it again. You already know about it, so you don't have to see the record, but try. 7 days, you please try. You're not going to lose anything. You're only going to gain. Okay? Take
Yep.
care, all of you.
Thank
Bye,
you
bye,
So
bye.
Thank
much.
you so much, Lisa. Awesome
Thank
session.
you.
God bless.